everybody. So if you're watching this, it's probably because we are friends, or you're interested in our band and how we do things. You're just interested in music or whatever. There's a bunch of different reasons you'd be watching this, but either way, thank you. So I'm going to walk you through the session behind Want to Go Back. I've had some people asking me this. It's our band MEADOWLANds' new single that just came out last week at the time I'm recording this. And I'll just walk you through all of the tracks. This is a gigantic session, and even before playing anything, it's already at like 10% computer usage. So yeah, this session's super big, and my computer hates it, so might get a little glitchy at some point, but I've got all the tracks frozen, so hopefully that avoids it for a while. So for these drums, our man Chris Rayner recorded those in Nashville, really good friends with him. And what I have in this session, everything's pretty raw. I've got a little EQ on the drum bus. But yeah, everything's raw because we sent it to Jason Bruce, who mixed the track, and he wants everything raw. So the drums are going to be super loud and washy on here. They sound a lot better on the actual song, just because I wanted to give him everything in its rawest form. So Chris sent us a center room mic, a closet room mic, a crotch mic, far room, floor tom, hi-hat, kick out, kick in, overhead left and right, snare bottom, snare top, and a rack tom. And then he did a shaker and tambourine. Then I recorded this. I recorded it MIDI, and then I printed it. Just synth bass, low and high. And because it was like, whenever I just did, it started with just this high one. And it felt a little empty because originally the song was in D, bumped it up to G. So whenever we did that, I liked the sound of it high, but I just doubled it and did a lower octave. So that's what that is. And then bass, Jason Bruce recorded that, and he did amp and DI. Then keys, you'll be able to hear it. There's a synth part on the chorus and the turnaround. Same thing when it was in D. I just used this high one. When it bumped up to G, the high still felt great, but it felt empty. So I did the same exact thing. The pad, it's just this really cool, just pretty warm pad that's present throughout the whole song. Nothing too crazy there. Guitars, you'll be able to hear it. This is kind of a rhythm guitar track. This is the lead guitar track that Connor did for the choruses. This is a chorus intro loop. First guitar line that he doubled and tripled, so this is just fairly dry, and this with a lot of reverb. Walk up left and right, pretty obvious. Walk up verb, kind of on its own. Then walk up high. Raw vocal, you guys are not going to hear those. Jason did a lot to these vocals, made them sound really great. So I just dropped the processed vocals into this session just for this. So you can hear what the vocals sound like on the project. And honestly, I'm probably just going to delete this raw vocal. This whole session's not going to stay on my laptop for much longer. It's going to be moved off to an external hard drive. So yeah, that's just a quick breakdown of how everything is set up. So now we're just going to listen to the intro into the verse. But one thing that you're going to see is on this intro bus, I've just got it named Vinyl Intro, and you'll see why. So it's this plugin that is called Vinyl by Isotope, and it's super cool. It emulates just a vinyl recording, but as you can see on the intro, let's go ahead and start the song. Down here.
Tell me, do you ever think
Yeah, super
about
cool.
when we were young, when we had no idea
super cool. So, the way that I did that is through automation. So I sent all of these buses, not the drums, but everything else. Yep, like keys went to, keys into vinyl. And so, sent everything to the vinyl plugin. And actually, it might be easier. How did I do that? Oh, yeah, spin down. And so it just goes on there. And then through, frick, how did I do that? It's been so long since I made the majority of this track. Mixer, final intro. Yeah, there we go. So had it going to that return bus and then automated it going off. Because if with that spin down, I mean, it just kills the audio. So if it's going there all the time, then when it does the spin down, it's gone. So you can see here.
Tell me, do you
Yeah, so when it hits there, it's just going back to normal. And so yeah, super cool. That's just a free plugin. It's just dope. So then just walking through production wise for the chorus, I can't solo anything right now, because I'm getting my mic through Ableton. If I solo it, you won't be able to hear me, but actually I can. I just won't talk while I'm doing it. So you can hear for this intro, I'm going to go away from automation. The drums, Chris did just pretty simple tom groove. No need to solo that. No need to solo anything here. Really simple. Just pad until the synth bass and drums come in. Connor's guitar is also in the whole time. So let's go ahead and go to the chorus. I'll play it and then we can talk about it.
when we were the only ones that mattered? Before we got broken down and battered, nothing could stop us. We were on the top of the world. It was just you and me driving down the street, not a care in the world. Just the music blaring, going way too fast with your feet up on the dash. This whole world has changed, but I don't care. I just wanna go back. Can we just go back? Tell me,
Yeah, super cool. It's just walking through. You can just hear what the drums are doing. And like I said, when I solo it, you won't be able to hear my mic, so stop talking. Yeah, so Chris did a lot of really cool stuff on this. Kind of a punk rock type of feel almost. It's just very cool. So then we can go. This tambourine track is not like very forward, or then none of this percussion is. But there's just some really cool textural. Just a shaker and a tambourine. Nothing too crazy there, but you can hear the bass. yeah, does that 16th note thing basically the whole song. Pretty signature to the song. And then that synth thing. Yeah, so when I soloed the high and the low, you could really hear the difference. But it sounds really great together. Then, no real need to solo the pad. You know what the pad sounds like. But the guitars on the chorus, there's a lot going on. So you can hear that. Yeah, don't know why that guitar track was so loud. So, but yeah, that's what the chorus is for the guitars. And then, is there anything notable? Yeah, there is a lot of background vocals. It's mine, our buddy Garrett, and I think we have one other track in there. But between me and Garrett, we did like 6 or 7 background vocal tracks. And so Jason Jason did a lot of editing and stuff to get him exactly how he wants it. But also like mixed in the tuned version with kind of the raw stuff to create this chorus effect. In solo, it does not sound that great, but in the mix, it sounds huge. So I'm going to solo it so you can hear how weird it sounds by itself. But then I'm going to undo the soloing so you can hear it in the mix.
I just want to go back to when we were the only ones who mattered, before we got broken down and battered. Nothing could stop us, we were on the top of the world. It was just you and me driving down Main Street, carrying the world, just the music.
Yeah, so that is the chorus. Then verse 2, easily the best part of the song to me is verse 2. You'll be able to hear there's obviously guitars fall out, as you can see here. But we go to, where's it at? So this drum, this really like 16th note hi-hat groove that Chris did, and then this sick bass line. So here's that.
Do you ever think about when we were young? All those plans we made, all those things we. By the time we were 22, me and you. But look at where we
Back to the full groove.
Are we too young? Are we too old? Do we still care? Are we too bold? Does it even matter anymore? I just wanna go back.
Yeah. So the other kind of notable thing for verse 2 is those background vocals come back on certain words. Sorry, it's really throwing me off because with the screen recording, my vocal is super delayed while I'm talking. And so yeah, it's throwing me off. But here's what those background vocals are doing. And you can actually hear both vocals together.
But look at where we are. Are we too young? Are we too old? Do they still care? Are we too bold? Does it even matter anymore? I just wanna go back.
We're just listening through the chorus.
To when we were the only ones that mattered. Before we got broken down and battered. No, nothing could stop us. We were on the top of the world. It was just you and me driving down Main Street. Not a care in the world, just the music blaring. Going way too fast with your feet up on the dash. This whole world has changed, but I don't care. I just wanna go back.
All right, that's the last chorus. And then, as you can see, did the same thing as the intro with the outro. So you can watch, and it's kind of cool that you can see when it starts to, let's see when it starts to do this. Yeah, then you can watch the spin down happen. It's much more dramatic in the outro than it is in the intro.
It's just changed, but I don't care. I just wanna go back. Can we just go back?
Yeah, and that's where the song ends. In that outro, you can hear we go from the progression just hanging on the one. That's kind of cool. The guitar part stays the same. There's this cool bass line. Where's it at? There it was. Yeah, Jason Bruce is an animal. Jason and Chris really made the song, man. So, I recorded that little synth bass guy here, the synth lead and the pad, and that guitar. Connor recorded all of these. I have zero hesitation to say that, like, even though, I wrote the song and produced it or whatever, like, Chris's drums, I wish in this demo I would have kept the old MIDI drums that I recorded, because Chris took it up a complete other notch. And then our buddy Isaac Walker had recorded bass, then we changed keys, and then Chris recorded his drums. So it was a completely different song, and I think Isaac was busy. So Jason was already going to be mixing and mastering the song, and so just had him go ahead and record bass, and what he did with it was incredible. In anything Connor records drums on, or records guitars on, is insane. And Grayson really killed this vocally, and me and Garrett just kind of came in to support him with our background vocals. Super proud of this song. If you haven't listened to it yet, like I said, everything in this is super dry. So if you want to hear it mixed and EQ'd and treated and all of that, it's available everywhere now. I'll have it in the bio of this, or not in the bio, but in the description of this video. And really, I'm doing these for, there's been people who have asked how we did things, so doing it for that, but really honestly doing it for myself, because I know whenever I've worked on stuff in the past, I've gotten further and further away from it, and I've wanted to like redo a thing that I did one time, and so this is kind of just for my own ability to look back and see how I did a thing at some point in time. So also figure maybe it could help some of you guys, or would it be at least be interesting for somebody else. So This is the first time doing this. They will get better over time. But for now, thanks for watching. See you soon.